Good day everyone, I am Vincent Marmito and I will be the first reporter of Hulu 3. Today, we will be discussing about traffic characteristics. But mainly, I will be focusing on the driver and the other characteristics will be discussed by the next reporter. We do have four main components of highway mode of transportation. These are the driver, the pedestrian, the vehicle, and the road. Bicycle is also becoming an important component in the design of urban highways and streets. These four main components are really important as these provide efficient and safe highway transportation. A knowledge of the characteristics and limitations of each of these components is really essential. Their characteristics are also of primary importance when traffic engineering measures such as traffic control devices are to be used in the highway mode. Knowing average limitations may not always be adequate. Thus, engineers should know the full knowledge, the full details, as well as the range of limitation of the area according to the four main components. We need also to be aware of the interrelationships that exist among these components in order to determine the effects, if any, that they have on each other. The relevant characteristics of the main components of the highway mode and demonstrates their importance and their use in the design and operations of highway facilities. With this, the road therefore must be designed to accommodate a wide range of vehicle characteristics while at the same time allowing use by drivers and pedestrians with a wide range of physical and psychological characteristics. Now let us proceed to the driver characteristics. One problem that faces traffic and transportation engineers when they consider driver characteristics in the course of design is the varying skills and perceptual abilities of drivers on the highway, demonstrated by a wide range of abilities to hear, evaluate, and react to information. These abilities may also vary in an individual under different conditions such as influence of alcohol, fatigue, and the time of day. It is really important that the criteria used for design purposes be compatible with the capabilities and limitations of most drivers on the highway. Studies claim that the higher the chosen percentile, the wider the range covered. Therefore, it is advisable if we will conduct surveys to use higher percentile as this gives much accurate result. Now let us talk about the human response process. Action taken by drivers on a road result from their evaluation of and reaction to information they obtain from certain stimuli. Evaluation and reaction must be carried out within a very short time as the information being received along the highway is continually changing. Most of the information received by a driver is visual. Upon hearing and knowing that most information is through visual, we will be discussing about visual reception. The principal characteristics of the eye are visual acuity, peripheral vision, color vision, glare vision and recovery, and depth perception. Now, we will be defining and knowing each of these principal characteristics. Let us start with visual acuity. Visual acuity is defined as the ability to see fine details of an object. It is really important for us drivers to know the smallest pattern as this will avoid any accident to happen. Next one is peripheral vision, defined as the ability of people to see objects beyond the cone of clearest vision. The cone for peripheral vision could be one subtending up to 160 degrees, but this value is affected by the speed of the vehicle. At about age 60 years old, a significant change occurs in a person's peripheral vision. The third one is color vision, defined as the ability to differentiate one color from another, but deficiency in this ability, usually referred to as color blindness, is not of great significance in highway driving because other ways of recognizing traffic information devices like shape can compensate for it. Another innovations also created lenses or eyeglasses which to compensate with this kind of disorder. Combinations of black and white and black and yellow have been shown to be those to which the eye is most sensitive. Clear vision and recovery. We do have two types of clear vision. These are the direct glare and specular glare. Direct glare occurs when relatively bright light appears in the individual's field of vision. Specular glare occurs when the image reflected by the relatively bright light appears in the field of vision. So at about age 40, a significant change occurs in a person's sensitivity to glare. These both types of glare result in a decrease of visibility and cause discomfort to the eyes. The time required by a person to recover from effects of glare after passing the light source is known as glare recovery. Studies have shown that this time is about 3 seconds when moving from dark to light and can be 6 seconds or more when moving from light to dark. Thus, it is faster the eyes to recover when the vehicle is from dark to light. Glare vision is also of great importance during night driving. It contributes to the problem of observing older people who see much more poorly at night. This phenomenon should be taken into account in the design and location of street lighting so that the glare effects are reduced to a minimum. How can we minimize glare effects? We can minimize it by reducing luminaire brightness and by increasing the background brightness in a driver's field of view. Depth perception, defined as or known as it affects the ability of a person to estimate speed and distance. It is particularly important on two-lane highways during passing maneuvers when head-on crashes may result from a lack of proper judgment of speed and distance. The eye is not very good at estimating absolute values of speed, distance, size, and acceleration. This is why traffic control devices are standard in size, shape, and color. Standardization not only aids in distance estimation but also helps the colorblind driver to identify signs. Now this is the last part for my report, the hearing perception. The ear receives sound stimulus which is important to drivers only when warning sounds, usually given out by emergency vehicles, are to be detected. Loss of some hearing ability is not a serious problem since it normally can be corrected by a hearing aid. Therefore, there are also drivers who are hearing impaired in which they are one of the great drivers in the highways. That ends my report. Please stay tuned for the next reporter as he discusses the other four main components. Thank you for watching.